from my voice, but I have never seen anything like it.
You believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
All right, on Television Tuesday, we have Conner Yarbrough in here talking to us about talking to us about the Netflix show Cheer. Now, I haven't gotten to see a ton of this show, but all my sports-related friends love it because it's a, quote, sports show.
Yes.
Should I buy in?
Absolutely.
Tell me why.
Well, if nothing else, it's because it's from Texas. So it's from Navarro Community College or Navarro
That's just
State
up the road
College.
from us.
Yeah, it's 45 minutes outside of Dallas, so it's not that far away. In Corsicana. So local stories, local people. If you grew up anywhere around Dallas on social media, you might even see people that you recognize in it. I know, like, one of my next door neighbors was in it, but like very passing, and then people that I knew from like social media and stuff. But sports wise, it shows the dedication of these athletes doing unreal feats with their body, and the struggles that they go through to get to being the best of the best. And I don't want to spoil, so y'all, I'm like, I don't know if they win. But yeah, I mean, it's just awesome. It's awesome.
What's your favorite character? Because I think it kind of gives me a reality show kind of vibe too, from like the snippets that I've seen. Is that on point?
It's very much this new like docuseries formula that they're going for across a lot of the streaming platforms,
which Netflix has pretty much monopolized.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the most like effective ways of storytelling at this point. We've seen so many sitcoms, we've seen so many TV dramas, we've seen so many movies. There's only so much you can do with fictional characters. So to bring in non-fictional elements in a very serious and relatable way is really refreshing, I think, for a lot of us. Yeah.
Now Netflix is competing. Now it doesn't feel like tooth and nail right now because everybody's kind of in the infancy stages of their streaming sites. But Peacock is coming out for NBC. Mm-hmm. HBO Max is coming out. Disney Plus has been on the scene since November. Does this feel like another one of the monopoly pieces that Netflix has now in their arsenal of, oh, this is Netflix original content, nobody can touch us?
I think they're definitely pulling themselves up that way. They needed to find a way to stack their content in whatever way they could. I think their deal with Nickelodeon solidified something like that too. So for them to have this corner of the market with the docuseries, whether it be about
Aaron Hernandez,
unsolved murders, and cheer teams from Texas destroying the game, I think that they have a really, really strong set of people that they've hired to send out and represent a variety of communities to pull in as many people as they can to the service.
It's interesting because, again, we talked about cheerleading, and I've been one of the people who have said for a long time that I thought cheerleading, the sport, is one of the most fun things to watch.
100%.
Cheerleading, the sideline deal, I could do without it at this point.
Yes. To me, and they bring it up in the show as well, as they talk about what it means to be a cheerleader. And as a spirit, in the sense of that you're a spirit leader on the sidelines as well as in your community, and how it's a very insular sport, so you don't get to see all of the work behind the scenes that they're doing to set up these stunts, and you also don't get to see the routines that they do competitively against other cheer teams very often. Especially in this series, they go out into the community, into Corsicana. They go out into Corsicana and interview just the community itself, and they don't realize that Navarro is one of the best, if not the single best, cheer squad in the country when it comes to competitive cheer. And beyond that, just 30 minutes down the road is their biggest competitor, Trinity College, and both of them have teams that have solidified themselves on the national, almost world scale, or completely world scale. Like, they are taking over everything. I don't know. It was a testament to the hard work that goes into any sport, but I was really glad to see them focusing on cheer, simply because it is getting to see the insular side of what these cheerleaders do. And the very personal side, in the sense that we get to fall in love with individual characters and we get to root for them.
Let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Individual characters of the show. For somebody that hasn't seen the show yet, give us a taste of what we should expect.
It focuses on I want to. I mean, of course, the whole team, but 4 or 5 individuals from across Texas from across the country. There's one who's focused, who comes from Wyoming, who has her own background, and then another from Houston. It's really from all over the place, but it discusses, gender norms and what it means to be a male cheerleader on the team, and the struggles that these cheerleaders had to come to, these struggles that they had to go through so that they could even make it to this point, whether that be personally with their families who didn't support their sexualities, or physically because of their weight or their size or whatever. It's just powerful. It talks about people struggling with addiction. It talks about people struggling with their weight and having to get that weight down so that they can do the flips and the tumbles that they would like to do to set themselves up to be, I can't remember what the term is, but they stunt and they tumble. A stumbler, that's what it is. Yeah, I wish I remembered their names right off the top of my head, but
I just wanted to say, so is this the best show on Netflix right now? Would you say? Are you tied to another one too?
I haven't watched You. I've heard that's pretty good.
Connor, let me tell you.
I would definitely say it's one of my favorites on Netflix. I haven't been going back to Netflix very recently, just because I was really enjoying The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, and then I also really, really enjoy, Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia on Hulu, Nathan for You. I don't know, just kind of exploring my streaming options recently.
I know we're talking about cheer, but I have to make my pitch for my favorite show on Hulu right now is Remy. So it's about a Muslim American guy living in New Jersey and kind of dealing with like his identity as a Muslim American. I know we're talking about cheer, but that's my pitch to you.
I'll definitely go watch it.
You got to check it out. Connor, thanks so much for coming on.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you to everybody that listens to the podcast. Television Tuesday, always a great success. It was a lot of fun to have Connor on. I love to talk to him about television. I love to talk to you guys about television too. So if you have any suggestions, if you want to talk about who we should have on, what we should talk about next episode, next Tuesday, let me know. DMs are always open. Phone channels are always open. Just let me know. Thank you guys for listening. Love you.